Good morning, everyone. This morning we're going to paint this scene at the Ipswich Town Landing. A beautiful rowboat docked against a stone wall with a huge tree in the background sitting basically in the bay. Very beautiful. I will paint the sky. The sky is overcast, so I just mixed up a cobalt blue with a little touch of raw sienna. And I'm just going to paint the whole sky basically down to the horizon line, or just above those grasses and so forth. And I'm putting a piece in the water as well. The water is reflecting that little piece of sky. All right, I'm mixing this up here. This is cobalt blue with raw sienna, and if you need a little touch of yellow. These are the trees in the back. I'm making them very much lighter. I wanted to get a nice depth in the painting. They're very dark in the photo, but I want to push them back a little bit, so I'm keeping the value very light and moving them back. All right, just all one big beautiful tone, one shape in the back. And now I'm going to paint those grasses that are just behind the boat. This is raw sienna with a little touch of yellow. I wanted to keep them nice and bright. You can see in the photo they're more red. If you want to, you can put some rose or some cadmium red mixed in there. I just wanted to keep them nice and bright. So use your own discretion here. All right, so this is just a bunch of grass growing on that piece of land behind the boat. So I'm painting the shape in, and then I'm taking a small brush and just giving it some vertical strokes here to simulate the grasses growing, and just pushing it all together here, getting rid of that white line, almost leaving some of it, a little sparkle on the grass. Okay. All right. Yeah. And a little bit of quinacridone sienna across the base of the grasses, just to show a little bit of darker value there. And you can see they go up against that stone wall. I'm putting a little wash in the stone wall, basically using the same color of the trees in the back. It's a greenish gray color. It's a warm color. It has a little raw sienna in it. But all right, I'm going to paint this black water here. The ultramarine quin sienna gives you that beautiful black. Now this is the reflection of the reflection of the tree. So we're painting the water. This is above or below, painting below the reflection of the boats and all that. So you want to make sure you leave that reflection. You don't want to paint that out. Very black in the beginning here, okay? Ultramarine, quin sienna, very black. And then we're going to start adding a little bit of raw sienna. It's going to get lighter and warmer here as it comes forward. All right. And we'll bring that all the way down to the bottom. And I'm just taking a flat brush to work the edge here. This is a reflection, so that you know how the reflections go in and out, moving with the movement of the water. So you can see that color now. It's the reflection of the grasses. I'm putting that in, then I'm pushing that dark color into it and bringing it all down so it's a warm, beautiful warm reflection. Hard line against the edge of the grasses, where the grasses meet the water. It's wet and dark. So all right, so you can see I'm bringing that warmer color out, and I love it. I think it looks wonderful. So that's just the raw sienna mixed with that black that you made of ultramarine and quinceanna. All right, so that's the reflection. That's actually reflecting the trees in the background and the grasses. So we're tying it together. And on the dark side, we're reflecting that big tree in the back. All right, I'm using this same warm color for the reflection of the boat and the dock and the water here. Getting that all done, so. All right. I'm going to go up and paint the big tree. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm starting with the same black. This is ultramarine quinceanna, and this is the shadow of the inside of this tree. The tree's not getting any light. It's a really overcast day, so there's no sunlight on it. Just barely see the colors. But I'm starting with the black, and I'm just painting the big shape all the way up to the top of the paper, and mostly concerned with the edges of the tree. Make sure you get the shapes right, but leave plenty of sky holes here. We want plenty of holes going up into the tree. We're going to have plenty of branches showing. Okay, plenty of inside. You're looking deep inside that tree. Plenty of sky holes. All right, so now I added some raw sienna to that dark black, and it's a greenish yellow tint, and that's showing the light on the tree. Now you can cover up some of those holes, but on the right side of the tree you want to leave them because we're going to show the branches. And so think about, as you're painting in this color, there's a little bush here above the stone wall. But as you're painting this color on the tree, what you're thinking about is that you're painting the light hitting those branches. And as the light hits the branches, it's turning it this yellow greenish tone. And that's what you want on top of these branches, okay? All right, so I'm using this black now to just draw a bunch of branches off the trunk of the tree going up through the tree. All right, we're in the boat now. This is the interior of the boat. I started with a little quinacridone sienna towards the top of the boat where it's getting more light, and then as it goes in, it gets very black. So I added the ultramarine blue to get that black color. And this is just inside the boat. I'm sorry I got my big head in the way. Sometimes I can't help it, I guess, the way the camera is situated. Anyway, all right, so you want that nice shape of the interior of the boat. And now we're putting, this is a shadow underneath the boat, between the boat and the reflection of the boat in the water. All right, take the photo and really study it out. There's a nice warm tone above that, above the black, right at the very bottom of that boat. It's just quinacridone sienna mixed with the black. And this is the dock where the boat is tied to. So it's made up of some planks. We'll bring that whole thing down at one point. That's the reflection of the boat on the dock and on the water as it goes under and meets that really dark black color underneath the reflection of the boat and so forth. All right, there's a little, that stone wall, I just mixed up a warm sort of raw sienna and just outlining the stones, you know, the granite stones. All right, if you need to, you can go in. I mixed a little gouache with a little touch of, just mix that greenish tone, and just if you need more holes in your tree, you know. All right, so we're just about there. Okay, this was as I said in class, this is a photo we painted from a photograph taken by a good friend of mine, Stony Stone, who lives in Ipswich and is a wonderful photographer, wins many prizes. And I thank you very much for letting us use that. There's the finished painting. I appreciate you joining me, and thank you very much. And I will see you again very soon.